systems that we are dependent on the most, like, you know, the government of the city, the stores around us, the grocery stores, how we need to buy produce from them, gas stations, the television, the media, what we use to communicate with each other, telephones. These industries that we use all day, every day, they are ran by a lot of people that know the secret to life. They know the life after death, like what really is to come after we die, because it's not just heaven and hell. And that's exactly what they want everyone to believe, because they want everyone to live in fear that if they, you know, that they need to always do the right thing or else they will perish. And that's where they created religion. You need to be careful about being in a religion, because it is many times a cult. It is just to enslave your mentality and to pretty much steal your soul after you die. Because if you are worshiping a god, if you are you know, if you are sending all your energy, all your life force to this God throughout your life, and promising that you are going to be worshiping him after you die, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be living in that type of realm where you're just, you know, you're enslaved all the time, and you're going to come back either reincarnated into this life being enslaved by this system, or, you know, in another, you know, totally whole dimension. So yes, be careful about that, because, you know, a lot of people are very religious and they give all their life force to that deity, to that that entity. So yes, and what spirituality really is just full freedom. You know, after you die, there are people who have contacted with higher beings, you know, through meditation and through many ways. Their third eye frequencies, their third eye is very open, and so they use it to communicate. And, you know, crown chakra for enlightenment, of all knowing that we have access to when we really get our stuff together. They have talked with these people and seen what happens after we die, and where, you know, what every action and thought that you have in this lifetime is going to affect that. And so that's what they're doing with the television too, and they're putting us in a state of mind that's very low and is not very active. It doesn't really question itself, doesn't question society and why we have to do these things, why we have to live our whole life working and then not get much when we're, you know, about to retire. And by the time that we're retiring, we're already sick, because somewhere along the line in our lifetime we got sick because of the products that they're putting out there for us. Like the soap just kills the bacteria on your body, the organisms that are helping, the organisms on your body, on your skin surface, that are helping to kill the bacteria that you're exposed to. So we're getting sick faster. They're vaccinating, the vaccines are really deteriorating us. They're deteriorating our brain, and, you know, our bodies are becoming weaker. The products that we use when we go to the doctor, they don't heal us anymore. It's too much time, too much energy, it wastes too much money. We have to give you a product that's just going to hide and mask the symptoms for a while, until you have to take it again and over, and for a long period of time. Now people get, when they're old, they get, what is that disease when they forget their memory? They lose their memory, and, you know, their bones are very weak, and they die very unhealthy. And so that's where we're going. You know, they're feeding us this system that's going to get us sicker and keep us more dependent on them. It's a circle, make some money throughout our whole lifetime. We are just giving our life to them. You know, we sign our birth certificate and here's your social security card. So you want to live in this country, you're going to work for us when you turn 18. So that's what's going on. And just be vigilant of what you watch, what your children watch. Don't let them accustom to violence, as if violence is going to do anything physical. If you have to get physical with someone, it's just like, it's taking energy out of you. Emotion, if anyone wants to get any emotion out of you, they're just stealing your energy. So we need to, you know, get back our consciousness and our freedom, but not on a physical level, not by marching and going on any strikes or protesting. That doesn't get anything done when they have the forces that they have, the weapons that they have. We need to just get smart and get independent. Release this lifeline that they have us on, and we can do that. Keep researching your stuff. The media is actually doing a lot of manipulation too, and how that's actually controlling us is by, I mentioned television is very brainwashing. It programs your brain to think a certain way, so you look at reality different when you watch a lot of television, because the news stories, a lot of them are fake. A lot of the tragedies that happen have been set up by the government so that we can feel threatened by another country in order to have a war with them. So like I think I mentioned in one of my videos how 9/11 was totally staged so that we could start the war with the Middle East, because they don't want the banks that we have, because over there it is illegal to charge interest, because they know how unholy it is to do that to people, to basically control them with money that way. And so back to how the media works is they do fake news stories, they do fake they stage incidents that really cause harm to people or can really threaten a life, so that we can feel that we need them, like we need their protection by the police force, by the army, to really they keep us in a vulnerable state that way through the media. And also the other half of the media, besides war and hate crimes, is celebrity gossip, and that takes up a lot of our energy and our time too, because how does that affect our life, knowing what Kim Kardashian is wearing, or knowing who is getting divorced and who's not getting divorced? Like, it's none of your business. It's none of our business. I'm sorry. None of our business. It does take up a lot of our time and energy. It eats up a lot of it, and it keeps you at a low frequency, because you're not focused on yourself. You're more glorifying other people, so you're letting go of your energy. So like I've mentioned before, physics, everything is energy, everything. So we need to harness as much energy as we can for ourselves, for our future. And so the media is definitely not doing that for us. Even with movies too, they are putting a lot of violence and sexual behavior out there, so it's more conditioned by the younger minds, because a lot of kids watch movies they're not supposed to be watching. And even in their cartoons, it has a lot of stuff that really, like, once you have a child and you see what they watch, how it affects their behavior, once you see that, you will understand. And most of you, if you don't watch what your children's cartoons are saying, or if you don't monitor what they're watching, then you're going to be letting a lot of conditioning go on in their mind too, and letting them think that violence is okay, and sexual flirtation at a adolescent age, or even a very young age, is okay. It's not. And so we need to make sure that we remind them of that, and also to value themselves, because a lot of the stuff that is taught to children, they are devaluing themselves, and giving away a lot of their strength to other things around them that they're praising. But like religion and school and stuff, they do learn a lot of good stuff in school, but they're also learned to be controlled, to be obedient to the law, to the rules, that they are below the rest of the world, and that they need to obey by the people that are above them. That's what school does. That's what cartoons do. They teach you about king and queens. They teach you about just pay attention to them more, I'm saying, if you have kids and they watch cartoons, especially Disney. I don't want to go on conspiracy theories again, but if you really pay attention to Disney and what they teach your children, if you read a little bit behind their company and the people who create the cartoons, and even the stuff that you find hidden in the cartoons, pay attention to that, because that tells you a lot about the company. The company's logo, how it has 666 on it, and Taco Bell, and you need to be vigilant, especially if you're trying to live by the Bible. Just open your mind up to these things that you are exposing yourself to every day, if you're really trying to go by the word that's been put on there, because it does make a lot of sense. A lot of it is misleading, but it does make a lot of sense in some cases. So just wanted to give you guys that insight that I had about media. All right. The media also sets a certain standard for people and for beauty. How they're always, obviously, ads brainwash you, because it makes you feel like your life isn't as good as it will be after you buy this product. pretty much, that you need this product to make your life better. And that's what they tell you on these ads, and that's what you go and do. You go and buy these things that they tell you that you need, and it's a system.